Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Caves of Cud. I was looking through my inventory just now and I realized something. A lot of our stuff is stained with tar, which makes sense, right? We spent a lot of time splashing around in tar. I'm not sure if this actually does anything. Is it making it heavier? Is chainmail always 35 pounds? It might always be 35 pounds. Well, let's look at some of our other... 9 pounds? That seems like it... Yeah, that seems like it's probably right. 3. Okay, so maybe the tar's adding a little bit of weight. I don't know if it's actually doing anything. We do have the option of cleaning this stuff off, which I assume is gonna... Yeah, is gonna cost us some water. So we would use a dram of water to clean. It doesn't really seem like we need to. I guess the only real danger here is maybe we're more flammable than we used to be. I'm not gonna spend water on it, though. Alright, quickly, let's grab the Bela quest while we're here. And you know what, we'll do a water ritual with you, because you are, you give pariah rep, which I feel strongly about pariah reputation. I have secrets to share with you. Like all this stuff. Okay, so if we were to meet a pariah out in the wilderness, we may well be able to recruit them even without having to use our fancy brain powers on them. And of course I am... looking for work. I will do the thing. Honestly, even if you don't want to do the thing, free Yondercane, right? Like, definitely take that quest. What have we? Stylish cloaks. I'm not really, I think, in the market for a cloak, but let me see. How stylish are we talking about here? These are very basic. These are extremely basic cloaks. I mean, you don't really want to be using your back slot on a cloak, right? There are much better things to put in the back slot. Basically, it's always going to be a nylon body pack. I don't know. Probably a lot of people play the game in a way that is different from the way I play it, and they don't just accumulate huge amounts of garbage. So probably the body pack is not a slam dunk for everybody. Okay, our dude has some weird artifacts. These are probably spray bottles, right? And then some injectors, and nothing terribly mind-blowing. I don't exactly know what we're looking for. But we have some trade value, right? We're just out here shopping for the moment. What is on this? Ooh, what are you? I've never seen that before. That is a waveform worm. Impossible and neutral. Metameric fresh rings are joined into a line and crammed along a waveform. When one of 1 trillion per second random fluctuations causes the cosmic fabric to ripple, the worm aligns itself into a pattern of constructive interference and is shunted forward. That's a very complicated method of locomotion. I mean, it probably doesn't feel complicated to him. If you really think about it, boy, this is a lot of... I mean, the worms are going to be a problem eventually, right? I'm leery of solving the problem, because I don't know whose mirthworms these are. Somebody might get mad at us. But I feel like somebody should do something about that. Alright, you're just a cook. You have a bunch of cook stuff. We don't really benefit from any of this right now. Over here we have a liquids merchant... Got some convalescence and a bunch of bottles and files and whatnot, and you're just a random Naftali forager? He's a hired guard. You know, I feel like we don't really see guards in the Stilt all that often. Most shops don't have one, which is kind of strange when you think about it. I guess part of the value... Oh, hey, inspiration to cook. I guess we are hungry. Let's go cook. So, preserve my foods, first of all. Is it just I whip up a meal and that's what... No, hold on. I have to actually use ingredients. Okay, well, goat jerky plus vine wafer. Also a courteous apricot. It just wandered over and offered itself up. So, when you take damage, there's an 8 to 10% chance you don't thirst. That doesn't seem so great. It's definitely one of these bottom two, right? This is a lot of HP. And we drink fresh water a lot. Yeah, let's do this. MINDVINE's shredded wafers and meat brisket over flatbread. That's weird. We didn't even put any bread in that. So kind of a baffling recipe when you really think about it. All right, gun merchant. Gun merchant, I'm a little more interested in. Like I would love a desert rifle. Can we make this happen? Yeah, we can make this happen. I got books. Sorry, not that. This. Of course, we could also gamble on an artifact. Well, hold on. Let me see here. If I was willing to sell basically all of this stuff, So I'm not used to the fact that the controls are a little bit different than they previously were. If I were to sell all of this stuff, these extra moccasins, I don't need these. All of the books, like, let's just figure out exactly what amount of money we're looking at trading in here. I don't think we need any of these weapons, right? I think we determined that. Steel butcher knife is weirdly valuable. We could just sell that gold key, I suppose. I don't think we want this buckler. You can't perform shield wall with a buckler. You need a proper shield. So even if we're just saving up, even if we're just trying to save up for shield wall eventually, we need a real shield to take advantage of it. And then we could also put this stuff up, but it looks like we're not going to have to. So yeah, give me the more expensive weird artifact. I'm definitely curious what it might be. Probably I also want all of these. And then, do I want to just offer it that way? I am a little short on actual water on hand, so I think I'm just going to offer it this way. It'd be good to have more water. Let's have a look at our fancy new artifact. Tell me I actually bought a gun. Okay, a sturdy semi-automatic pistol. That will absolutely work. Yeah. This is a better gun. Does it... Huh. I hit reload and it asked me to select an item. Why does it... That's weird. Okay, 16 rounds in the magazine. Hey, that's pretty good. That's a pretty big upgrade from the musket. That is exactly the reason that we wanted to save up some stuff. So this is just... Okay, that's a vintner. You are selling... Okay, food... Got an illuminated book about the power of salt. And also, a cookbook titled The Braising of the Filth. No thank you. I'm not interested in that. What are you? A strip fly. Wispy earth filament wings, painted red by oxygen, beat the stale air 300 times per second. They lift a thorax bundled out of metallurgic sinew and narrowing to a segmented abdomen, capped by a fine-motion pincer claw. Huh. 300 beats per second is a lot. How fast are a hummingbird's wings? I'm actually gonna... Maybe this is not a good use of my time. Hummingbird... The wing beats per... I'm just very curious. Beats per second. I'm sure Google's results will be very trustworthy here. Fastest recording rate is about... fastest recorded rate is about 80 beats per second. Common giant hummingbird is 10 to 15. North American hummingbirds are 53, it says. So, yeah, really, really fast. Like, you definitely would not be able to perceive that there are wings there, probably. Definitely, probably. I wonder how many new creatures there are because of the beta branch, and how many of these are things we just had not managed to see before. Now, we could go back and buy that other weird artifact, but... I think I'm gonna try to just be happy with our pistol. It doesn't have quite the same... It doesn't have the same penetration value as a desert rifle, which is a shame. But, yeah, I'm not gonna stress too much about it. So, yeah, we'll just do this. I'll give you 2 drams of water for all those bullets. Okay, we have a plan. I have a brain laser. I have magic plant powers. I can infest and destroy the minds of my foes. But also... In case that stuff doesn't work, I have my 9, you know. Ooh, fancy hats. I do love a fancy hat. How much would it take to buy a fork-horned helm? Those are fairly expensive. You get a chain coif, that's not too bad, and it does have 2 points of armor on it. I mean, obviously the fork-horned helm has some benefit. I love the fact that the H and the D are the colored letters here, because they are, right, they're like the horns on the edges of the thing. That's actually really cool. I don't know what my reputation with antelopes and goats in general is, so it might not be worth shelling out the extra money for the fork-horned helm. We could pick up a headlamp, but I think I'm going to go for this. I'm sorry. This. And I will trade you my beaded bracelet for that, straight up. I think that's a pretty good increase for us. Remove this, equip that. Okay. For the moment, we don't have anything that we can wear. Okay. For the moment, I mean, let's focus on armor. We'll keep an eye on our dodge value, but I don't think this character is ever going to be able to approach the dodge value that we saw from the last one, right? Because agility figures into that, I think, and our agility is always going to be lower than that character's was. And then on top of that, we don't have the stats for the skills that raise your dodge value naturally, which I believe are also agility based. Ooh, an engraved steel helmet. A scene from the life of Mexershid III. While visiting an obscure observatory in Kazawan, Mexershid III fabricated a horoscope reading, that evoked the presence of a radiant telescope. He named it Telescope's Charm. He was so proud of a horoscope reading he wrote that he gave it a name. I think that tells you a lot about him as a person. You can really deduce a huge amount of character from such an event. You are a grenade merchant. Well, I'm not just going to buy grenades sight unseen, I think. Yeah. As much as it might be useful to have some grenades, the variety of things that grenades do is so wide that it would be very easy to end up buying a thing that has no value. This guy has a weird artifact. He's a cloak merchant who has a weird artifact. I'm assuming I can't get anywhere near that amount of money. I would consider buying them. I mean, we could sell him the keys. Do I think that we are likely to... we can sell our musket and our short bow. There's no reason to have these. I don't want to sell my tattoo gun. I like very much that I have a tattoo gun. Yeah, so we could sell our gold key. I'm trying to think. What were the trolls? One of them was it the first one with the bronze key? His name implied that he would cut our limbs off. We won't be able to skip him. We'll still have to fight him and take his key. Then the silver key belonged to the one who was like a frost breather, and the gold key belonged to the one who was invisible, but not like that invisible. He was soft invisible. More transparent than anything. So it might not be such a big deal to sell these keys. I think we could probably take... The enemy I'd be most worried about fighting, honestly, is the one with the limb chopping, and we don't have the key that would let us skip that fight anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and put these keys up. I want your weird artifact. And also some water. Do I want anything else? Do we want to buy another thing from him? Probably not. What's the deal with the scarlet shawl? Is it just red? Yeah, it doesn't give you rep with anybody. It's not like a symbol of belonging to any faction. It's just red. Okay, I'll do that. And like I was saying before, we do still need water. Tell me this was worth the trouble. Molly netting with suspensors. Sorry, what? Created using an ancient technique, this cunningly designed webwork of fibrous straps clings to the back in order to grant the wearer an improvement in carrying capacity without satisfying mobility. So, if we put a power cell in it, it doesn't weigh the 2 pounds that it normally weighs, and it does give carry capacity. Okay, that's a good item. I'm not too upset about that. It carries less than the nylon body pack, but we don't have easy access to a nylon body pack right now, and who knows when we might, so I feel pretty good about that. Is that just a human child running around and a wood sprog? Muddy rags, tangled hair, skin caked with dirt, she capers about with the arms full of... Yeah, she still has the description of a child from Fallout. She's a wood sprog. You know, this studio, Freehold Games, they're the people who put out Sproggywood, right? I didn't actually play Sproggywood, although I do own it. It's just one of those, you know, you accumulate games on Steam. It just happens. Stuff goes on sale and you're like, oh, that looks really neat. I will definitely find time for that later. And then, you know, the other thing is what actually happens. Maybe I should try out Sproggywood. Now that I know that I have a great respect for the way these guys do things. Alright, another food merchant. We should definitely just finish exploring the town. It feels like this version of the town generated more farms than they often do. Wow, that place is really just filled with smoke. It looks like there isn't a data disk merchant this time around, which is a shame. Finger coats. How expensive are your finest finger coats? You don't have anything really exciting, unfortunately. Alright, well, I guess we are basically done then. Let's make sure that we see everything there is to see on this screen. You are some kind of huge moth. A gamma moth. Vast diaphanous wings, painted in the intricate patterns of fractalized geometry, bat the air. I'm assuming that these guys around here that are impossible to us would not be recruitable. But I guess I don't actually understand how the stats on that work. Oh, you're a tinker. Okay, data disks. So there is a data disk person. I guess we might not actually have the intelligence necessary to pick up levels of tinkering, so maybe I don't even care about this. After treating with winged mammals, Mexershid convinced them to help him found a college in Nock for the purpose of deciphering the meaning of leaves. They named it the Desiccated College. Boy, I bet there's a whole story behind that name that it would have been cool to include there. Why? What happened to the... Why is it so desiccated? What happened to all of that college's moisture? Are you beguiled? You are beguiled. Okay, I'm going to try a proselytize on this gamma moth. It won't be mad at me if we fail a proselytize. Yep. Unsurprisingly, not convinced by my bullshit. We could try to grab... These are just Arcanauts, right? Yeah, we could try to grab an Arcanaut. Hey you, would you like to join my incredible adventuring party? No, not so much. What about you? You look similar to, if not exactly identical to that last guy, but I bet you have more good sense. Nope, you do not, in fact. Unconvinced by my pleas. I wouldn't describe them as pleas exactly. It's a sales pitch, you know? Ow. Just walking on the thorns for no reason. Because I like being coated in blood. What about these guys? This disciple of the Sightless Way is only average to us. Maybe he has penetrable stats. He is unconvinced. Okay, well, we might just be out of luck on this. Alright, it's fine. Let's go to Gritgate, shall we? I think that's the only major thing we have to do. I guess I can double check that. Quest log is in this direction. There are buttons for each of these screens. I don't remember them. I just always open my inventory and page around a bit. I mean, we could do the Bailoff thing now. It is easy enough to do, usually. But you often run into goatmen on the path that leads to the tree, so I guess I'd be a little worried about that. And we still have no idea where Ekabal Cave is. I kind of want to meet the Barathrumites as quickly as possible, though, I think. You know who I like is the Barathrumites. We have Harvestry, don't we? No. No loose bananas. That is a Salt Hopper who we might be able to catch with our Proselytize. Let's find out. If it doesn't work, I'm probably going to get bit really hard. Okay, cool. Welcome back to the team. I mean, obviously you're not the same Salt Hopper. Because your name, which is definitely distinct from the other dude, is Vitrocia. That's a very villainous name, if I'm being honest. If I met up with a dude and he was like, have you met my henchmen, Sethos and Vitrocia, I'd be like, oh, you're a cartoon bad guy. We found Schwurm's farmstead. Well, if we can find the farmer, we can ask him where we are. Hey, buddy, I'm a little lost. Thank you very much. Did he just... We walked over to him and he just shouted, good clean meat! That's... Okay, I'm gonna see myself out. Somebody has interfered with your fence, my dude. Praise Reshef the above, who purifies our mercury. Well, that's good. You don't want to be working with impure mercury. I mean, I guess there's already a fire over there. We may as well go eat. Has this also been graffitied? Experience has taught men many wonderful things. Yeah, okay, I'm down with that. I agree with that sentiment. I'm just gonna stand in this fire for a moment. Plants have to eat too, you know? And if you didn't, now you do. Okay, so... Damn it, lost again. This time in the flower field, which feels a little bit more potentially dangerous. Yeah, like, that's a slug snout. This bear is probably hostile to me as well, right? Yep. Mad bear, pair of mad slug snouts, and I don't know where my team is. I'm gonna, switch screens here. Oh, interesting. There's a forge over there. There's just bronze ingots laying on the ground. Hold on. Are you a wild salt hopper, or are you my dude? No, you're Vitrosha. I apologize for not being able to recognize that immediately. I shot that bear, and for some reason it caused me to regain my bearings, which I had not regained previously. Yo, slug snouts are way too powerful. What the hell? What the hell with that? Okay, let's try to aim this carefully so as not to shoot my dude. Cool. And Cethos gained a level. Congratulations, Cethos. Sweet, sweet raw bear meat. I think I still have my my auto pickup settings a little screwed up. Should probably fix those. Uh-oh. I'm gonna shoot this thing. Yeah, we got a hostile law. So it looks like everybody in the area is pretty mad at it. Nope, don't shoot the friendlies. Shoot that. I'm going to try to let that pod get away from my dudes a little bit more before I shoot at it. I'm hoping it will come after me. Okay, cool. And I am positively swollen with desire to cook. Alright, we're going to transfer up a screen, then back down a screen, and then kill that thing. Sorry, bat. Alright, 2 bronze ingots, 1 more bronze ingot. Interesting. Who put this forge together? Why is there just a forge in the middle of the trees here? It's very strange. I can't use it to cook, apparently. Ah, but there's a fire right here for some reason. We may as well whip up a meal. Sorry, not whip up a meal. Oh, interesting. 6 move speed. Sorry, not whip up a meal. I meant, of course, boar jerky plus vine wafer sheaf. Ooh, wow. Whenever you drink fresh water, you have a 25% chance to heal to full 15% of the... what does that mean? Does that... I'm not 100% clear on the function of that. It does seem good, though. I'm gonna... okay. MINDVINER's minced meat on top of moist loaf. Again, not really. I guess that you make bread out of the vine wafers or something? I don't know. I don't know how things work. Alright, I guess we regained our bearings. I shot them right out of that bear. That's why they're called bearings. Yeah, we could probably do the Baylock quest. Let's give it a shot at least. If we have to run from some goat dudes, we have to run from some goat dudes. You know, it happens. Happens to the best of us. So that's just a cloak sitting on the ground for some reason. Leather scraps. Interesting. What an obvious clue. No, sorry, not this. I thought I had to talk to the warden first. Do we start by talking to the village elder? Yes, we do. Okay. Yes, I am interested. I'll find your treasure. Okay. And now we talk to the warden about to find out Eskin's location. Incidentally, worn leather bracers. The marks of heavy use upon them. Very curious indeed. Alright, which direction is the road in? Do you know where Eskin and her siblings might have gone? A path to the south that leads to the remains of a tree. Okay. Let's go check it out. There's just a lot of quick XP. Provided that we can pull this off without getting murdered by goat folk. It's definitely the most dangerous thing we've done so far. So the system for like tracking liquids around is pretty weird. We saw there we were tracking water behind us. I wonder what the reason is for implementing that. You know, not that like it's a bad idea or anything, but it's probably a non-trivial amount of work to do something like that. I wonder why they thought it was worth the effort. What value do they see in it? It might not even be a thing where there's a specific value. It's just like this is one of the simulationist aspects of the world that they wanted to have. Just gonna keep rotating around my allies here, who are much better close-up fighters than I am. I'm not afraid of a tortoise, but I also think it is tedious to fight a tortoise. One thing that I've, what kind of... Are you a juice sap? Yes, you are. And you are aggressive. One thing that I've often thought that I would probably like to get into, that I've never put the time into, is Dwarf Fortress. And talking about all these simulationist systems, these world systems, definitely puts me in mind of that. It might be a cool thing to look into after we finish our time with Cud here. I mean, I know these things are not exactly on the same order of magnitude, but you know, I think of them together because I've thought of both of them as things that were like, boy, that's a big, complicated, maybe I'll get into it later kind of thing. Is this hostile? No, we're cool with a salamander. Okay, and we found the tree without running into a single goatfolk sower, which is pretty much always... I always want to accomplish everything without running into a single goatfolk sower. Alright, hello, I am MINDVINE. Hindriarchicast sent me. I'm extremely normal. This is just, I'm having a very normal day, and so are you now. What are you saying? You think Cass stole the treasure? What should I do then? Accept the quest. Okay. Ooh, a jewel-encrusted canvas folding chair. Very fancy. I have no idea if that would sell well. It might be worth stealing. It might belong to them, though. I'd be a little leery of just jumping right into or of just grabbing it. If we complete the thing at the village, they'll come back, right? And then we can steal stuff from them later. Steal stuff from their little tree fort. I guess, actually, maybe we should talk to this scout over here. Have you seen or heard anything peculiar? I heard there's an outbreak of glot rot in the Kendron villages outside of Bela. Now I want to leave here even less. Yeah, that's fair. Glot rot seems like a really bad time. Have you seen anything interesting? Just before Auntie Eskin left the village, I saw her wearing a new bracer. It looked terrible. Okay, that's interesting. So Eskind was wearing, presumably, the bracer that's on the floor in the grand... I heard a Hindran talking about buying and selling to a Kendron late at night. Thought all Kendron had to report to Grando. Indeed. So, we have a procedurally generated mystery to solve. I think this is really cool. Have you seen or heard anything? Just looking around for additional evidence. You know, doing my detective thing. Villagers, like, please don't hurt me. Is it true that Kendron all live far underground? No, just the smart ones. Why would anyone choose to be anything other than a child of the deep, I ask you? Alright, you didn't see anything. Let's continue our interrogations. Grando spent some late nights working on something she wouldn't talk about. I wonder what that was. Maybe she was crafting a thing to sell to outsiders, Okay, you got nothing. You, unfortunately, never have any information. You just kind of, like, explain to us how the quest works. We've gotten a lot of information already. I wouldn't be surprised if we... Wait, no. That was almost me shooting a laser at this Fondren. Definitely not the way I meant to do things. What about you? You're a scout. You seem like an important person. Nope. We do, however, have some stuff on the ground here. Ripped leather bracers. A fray where they were ripped open. Copper was crushed into a nugget and picked from its natural deposit. It's bisected by a scratch. How odd. There's a copper nugget just lying on the ground. Can I have? Yep. I'm just going to take that. Nobody seems to mind. Have you heard anything? No. I'm gonna have some law soup right quick here. Wow. The law soup allows you to become immune to fear this time around. That's interesting. So yeah, the Grando's working on something. There's like leather products all over town, just like scattered all over the place. How odd. Some scraps of cut leather. Then we gotta go look at the thing that's in the, in here as well, now that we're actually on the quest. This bracer is heavily worn, but surprisingly clean. Discover all evidence. Okay, cool. You get an explicit quest step movement now for that. Alright, Eskin claims to be wrongfully accused. There's no proof she's lying to me. And now we go talk to the warden, right? Well, Eskin claims to be wrongfully accused. I think we should investigate and find the truth. Could you answer some questions for us right now? You have been briefed. I mean, this is not real information, right? Hold on. Have we actually inspected, like, that's all information that's the same every time, right? We actually looked at the people involved here? Eskin's proud stance of this Hindran and the fire in her eyes immediately set her apart from her Servidian kinfolk. It doesn't look like, save for the leather bracers on her arms, nothing she wears or wields is of Hindran make. So she's got bracers. Let's look at the people in here. So it doesn't look like, she doesn't have anything unusual on her. Leather armor, horn, fancy weapon. Okay. So I think we've got all of the information. Now it's just a matter of making an accusation. So, we found an awful lot of leather around. Also, someone dropped a copper nugget on the path. So you know what? That's actually very significant. Because there's no copper in the village, right? So this is definitely... This tells us that a trade did occur. And... Fondren claimed that Eskin left the village sporting a poorly made leather bracer, so possibly to conceal Kindrish. Boy. I did find a worn-out bracer near Kesahin's bedroll. Some kind of craft transpired, and Kesahin was trying to hide it. I mean, by concealing trade and craft, it was Kesahin who stole Kindrish? This doesn't make sense. Probably somebody was building a thing for the was making leather goods for the purpose of trading them, and that's like frowned upon by the village, but it doesn't really explain what happened to the treasure. I'm not actually sure what I think happened here. And we know that a lot of people were doing leatherworking. The Fondren heard the voice of a Hindran and a Kendran discussing goods late at night. See, my initial read of what happened here was that somebody traded the thing to an outsider and got, some treasure in exchange for it, including this copper nugget that we found. The fact that these two things are on the same screen means that we can't make that accusation. I found a worn-out bracer. Theft by Kendran is very common during an outbreak of a disease. Like, it doesn't seem like you would need a leather bracer to conceal Kindrish. It's a pretty small thing. It doesn't seem like it would be that hard to sneak out. By concealing trade and craft is like the narrative that we're building here is that Cab built a crappy bracer to wear over the good bracer so that she could sneak the bracer out to do a trade with an outsider. But like, why would you need to... Again, it doesn't seem like it would be that hard to conceal the thing. You don't really need to wear the good bracer and then wear a crappy bracer over it. I think the copper nugget is a super interesting clue. I'm gonna do it like this. The Hindriarch isolated herself to work on a mystery project, possibly to hide Kindrish. Some kind of craft transpired and Kesahin was trying to hide it. Yeah, this idea that, like, Kesahin stole Kindrish, wore a different bracer over top of it, went out and traded with some people, and then dropped some of the value that she got in the trade. Or that he got. I think Kesahin's male. I'm gonna say this. It doesn't seem like a great one. Wow, in return, you receive 2 suits of lacquered carbide plate armor. That's a wild... Okay. Apparently they feel like we did a really good job here. That's a hell of a response. So lacquered means can never rust? It repels liquids and can never rust. Well, I'm going to put one of those on. Who needs chainmail when you could have no dodge value at all? Everything will hit me, but I have 8 AV. I mean, it's not bad. Oh yeah, right. They request that we never live and drink piss. Wow. That's... I just solved your whole... Rude. I just solved your whole deal. I mean, I know you don't like outsiders, but I'm gonna go back and steal that chair. It's time to go steal a chair. This is definitely a good use of my time. Let's, I guess one of the values of the... Ooh, hold on, what's this now? A weird artifact just laying on the ground. Oh, it's just a missile. Just an explosive missile just laying on the ground there for some reason. Why would that be the case? Okay. They're fighting another feral law. They killed it. And without getting themselves too blown up. Good job, everyone. Oh, there's a bear. They definitely see that bear. We gotta get involved here. I'm very worried about our allies getting murdered by a bear. It's pretty wild that everything about what just happened. One thing I was gonna say though is that it does seem like... No, I don't want to sit in it. I want to get it. Get chair. I don't know if it's actually going to turn out to be valuable. It's not very heavy though. It's a chair. Alright. Let's get the heck out of here. And try to make it to Gridgate, right? Try to make it into Gridgate. You know what? Let's take that. I was saying, one definite use of the system of tracking liquids around is that it makes the slime more interesting. The slippery liquids, when you track them around, you create pools, you create tracks of slippery stuff. I'm going to direct you to attack this guy. Please don't make me fight the drone by myself. Alright, my electrofuge is out there killing centipedes and whatnot. Can you scare a Waydroid? You know what? I'm just going to tank it for a second. Never mind. I'm not going to tank it. It's going to die instantly. This is going to be really good XP, but also I'm definitely nervous about losing some of our followers on this one. What is this? 15 lead slugs. Huh. Can't have it all. Do we don't have gloves on, do we? Oh, I had leather gloves. Well, whatever. These are better. And it's basically like I'm saying, we're basically already going to get hit by everything always. Ooh. Another suit of carbide plate armor. That's wild. Well, this short sword is probably... Oh, we don't have a thing on our face. We could wear that. And then, yeah, short sword might be worth selling. I wonder what happened here. I'm starting to get a little nervous about, like, when we find what looks to be someone's gear, and there's just a suit of the same plate armor that we have on laying on the ground, it makes me wonder if perhaps it's not very good at keeping you from being murdered. You know? It's definitely a concern that I have. Okay, there's the stairs. We should, like, definitely explore a little bit more, though. Wait a minute. I see that. Probably a more pressing concern than the Waydroid. Although Waydroids do zap awfully hard. Wow, look how much faster the Auto Explorer is. Alright, fortunately our lasers are actually very effective. Ow. As is our staff. Remarkably effective, actually. Nope, that's... Bad tree. Uh-oh. My mind got sundered. Wait, don't we have... Do we not have Mental Mirror? Oh, you know what? That was the other... Yeah, we took Stunning Force on our first mutation. It was the other MINDVINE who had Mental Mirror. And was horribly killed in ways that were not helped by Mental Mirror. Am I out of torch? Nope, I just don't have a torch equipped. Okay, There we go. Now I feel a little bit better. We're at the point where it's still pretty easy to earn lots of XP by fighting, so I am pretty inclined to continue running around looking for enemies. I'm a little worried about this, though. I'm going to give you the menacing stare. Uh-oh. Also, crabs. Let the electrofuge finish that thing off. I'm worried about this. Get him. Nope. Hey, Salt Buddy. Could you please... I gotta learn our followers' names. Hey, Vitrosha, could you please maybe help me out with this thing? It looks like the Quillipede is legitimately going to get away. I need to intervene here. Intimidate. Alright, we're going to have to start using our gun. I'm going to try not to aim my gun in the general direction of my allies because I know that I am a very bad shot. I know that will go sideways at least some of the time. Okay. So it is the case that we get a bonus for completing the Grit Gate, or completing the Bethesda Souza portion of the quest before hitting level 12, right? And then another before hitting level 18. We probably are already not going to be able to do it before hitting... Oh no, the Golgotha part, sorry. We're probably already not going to be able to do it before hitting level 12, right? We've gained too much XP too quickly. I should probably try at least once to finish that quest before level 12 so that we know what the extra reward for doing that is. Because the reward you get for doing it before 18 is a very fine gun, right? Like, that gun's actually very helpful, so... It may well be the case that the other reward is similarly good. Alright, let's make camp. Preserve our foods. And then let's take advantage of our inspiration. What if we make bear jerky and a vine wafer sheaf? This is a different kind of meal than we've made previously. Also, there's a Dawn Glider egg in there. Here, this one will just be flat HP. Loaf inside of moist knish and meat mozz. Okay. You sense the animus of a vast mind. Someone is near. Oh dear. Well, bad news. They have force barriered me in a fire. So that seems like a pretty solid strategy on their part. So it's just a big fire? Yeah, and I can't really get out of it. Well, I don't have like an ability to break force fields, do I? I don't think so. We could deploy the burgeoning if we saw the foe. Tiukas Yushimut no longer, Taw's Osprey of the Vale. I'm just gonna have to stand in this until it stops, right? Until it lets me out of the force field? This is bad. I don't think I have any salve or anything. Nope. We have very few tools for surviving. Well, that's pretty not great. I mean, I literally just have to sit here until I'm allowed to leave. I can't move at all. And I am on fire. Can't really do much about that either. Something's happening down there. Passing the turn, just slowly, over and over again, passing the turn until I'm allowed to move again. Sithos is on fire. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening. The good news is I'm pretty well defended from a lot of the normal enemies of the area by this force field, this very thoughtful force field. Aha! Okay. Now, the time has come to join combat against my foe. Okay. Weight droid down. Our stuff is largely recovered. Oh, hey, all of the enemies of the universe. Seems like you guys could maybe go away? I have important stuff going on here. What are you doing? Sithos was killed by bloody MINDVINE. What are you talking about? Wait, what did I do? Well, I feel pretty bad about that, but I'm also 100% certain it wasn't my fault. Is this our dude? Nope, just a random novice of the Sightless Way. Well, I will blow him up with lasers. Remarkably easy to kill. Yeah, I'll take this steel longsword. I don't want your dumb sandals. Alright, you... So we lost the one we had beguiled, right? You are getting beguiled. Ow. Different novice of the Sightless Way. Really cool effect, by the way. That's a new thing, and I like it a lot. Let's chill in the corner here and rest until healed. Also, I should probably ask you what your name is. Friend Crab. What do they call you in your culture? They call him Kato Crab. It's short for Ricardo the Crab. I would like to get this steel utility knife. I'm sure that's going to sell pretty well for the 1 pound that it weighs. And then I'm going to try not to spend any more charges for a second here. Alright, we can melee fight a little bit. So my guess is the thing is over here, right? The dude. I should reload my gun. Again, super weird that it asks me what I want to load it with when they're the same thing. I want to make sure that we have some charges. Ooh, well, this is exciting. Just a bunch of injectors. A blaze injector. A skulk injector. So it looks like the descriptions of these are not random, probably. Maybe a violet injector is always the same thing. I would love to find the osprey. You know what? Honestly, I don't think we're going to change our auto grab. Because we don't always want to gather meat. Sometimes it is prohibitively heavy. Okay, I am out of charges. This would be a real bad time for me to get ospreyed. Alright, I don't have disassemble. Just a bunch of artifacts and trinkets laying on the ground, huh? A chem cell, and then is this going to be a stun rod? Yeah. Okay, interesting. So, probably not, then, evidence of the guy that was hunting us. Oh, that's not a friendly crab. That's a different kind of crab. You know, the not friendly kind. Hold on, are you my... No, you are the enemy. It would be nice if my crab was picked out in a different color or something. Alright, we are slowly hacking through him, and he's having trouble damaging us through our very impressive armor. Alright, I would love to find that guy who was trying to brain kill me. And brain kill him instead. Where the hell did he go? I mean, even if he got killed by somebody else, we would still be able to find a corpse that, like, seemed like it was the right corpse, right? I'm just gonna let everybody else handle that centipede. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I wonder if there is a, No, I don't want this. I want... Okay, I auto got the other things. I was gonna say, I want to pick up the artifacts, obviously. You are puzzled by this small bloody cube. Ah, apparently high-capacity cells are cubes. Well, those are all lovely. We did have a recoiler with no way to power it before, so... That is nice to have. It does seem like maybe we lost him. Maybe he just, like, wandered off. What else could dude possibly have to do that's more important than fighting me? Are you the... Nope, you're just another random novice. Well, alright. This is not ideal. Alright, I'm going to employ the Intimidate button. I was trying to move in such a way that I wouldn't be intimidating my own pet. Or my own compatriot, sorry. He is a full member of the team. He is not a wild animal who is... He's our friend. Do I want to pick up this short sword? Probably not bad enough to make space for it. Alright, my team is killing all kinds of stuff, making all kinds of horrible noises. That's just another normal novice. I wonder if you don't kill them fast enough, do they just disappear? Or maybe he did get killed by somebody else? Yeah, we're done exploring the level and doesn't seem to be around here. I guess he must have got by one of the other monsters. But we didn't even really, we didn't see a human corpse that we didn't create at any point, right? Yeah, weird. Alright, well. Sorry, no. Nearest stairway down, please. That's just a whole slumberling, which at this point is probably not a thing I actually want to be fighting. That's pretty weird that there's an X up there in the corner like that. Also, I don't like any part of what's happening right now. Let's move toward the X, the thing I sensed with my crazy mind senses. Also, screw these guys. Actually taking a lot of damage relatively quickly here. You're just a normal novice. Well, my plan was to break line of sight, but he's apparently too clever for me. Ow. Gonna hide in a corner and recuperate. Nope. Trying hard to recuperate. My dudes are fighting stuff, and it is preventing me from healing. Okay. Yep, that's just Kato. Kato's fine. Rest until healed. Rest until... Nope. There we go. Resting until healed. I have stopped resting until healed. They're doing a really great job of just, killing everything around me. I really appreciate, actually, all of their hard work. They're doing a fantastic thing. Apparently, the eyeless crabs have the ability to perform flurries. We're seeing a lot of that happening. We should probably cook, actually. If it'll let me make camp, we could preserve some food. Ugh. Well... Alright, what do I not need to be carrying? So we can just drop some stuff that we intend to sell. We'll come back and get it later. We do have a lot of bronze ingots, which is a little bit of a pain. Oh, you know what I could do? I could put a cell in here. Let's use the bloodstained one. That'll reduce my weight a little tiny bit. Nope, now I'm overburdened again. Really? I thought I was gaining 2 pounds. We picked up 1 power cell, which should have weighed 1. Well, am I not in hostile territory anymore? Yes. Okay, cool. That is going to help quite a lot. Oh, it's one of those... Yep, one of those teleporting things. That's what the big arc of unreality was. Inconvenient. Oh my god, there's so many Waydroids. Y'all, help. I don't know that it matters terribly which one I aim at, because I think we generally kill them in one hit anyway, right? Oily Vitrucia gains a level. Congratulations, Oily Vitrucia. Who are you? A Templar Squire? Like a Putis Templar? What's this guy doing here? I mean, he's scouting for Barathromites, I guess. We know that these groups have a history. What is this gas here? It's a bunch of sleep gas, so don't walk in that. This seems like a good moment for an intimidate, probably. Just buy myself a little bit of space to work here. Did you guys get him? No, I think they're still chasing him. Okay, I think they got him now. We heard his very excellent early video game dying noise. So... let's have a quick look at the weird artifact we just picked up. And then this is a whole bunch of loot that we probably can't actually afford to carry around. Okay. I like having that. In fact, I don't have anything in my throne slot right now, so let's solve that problem. And then we can grab, for right now, we can grab his longsword, and we can... Yeah, I'll take his shield too. Maybe we'll be able to sell this. What does my footwear look like? I effectively do not. I have no footwear. Well, equip these, and then I'll drop some stuff. And there's just a suit of plate mail here. I can probably just drop my old... You drop my old chainmail. That'll sell for something, though. Hold on, let me see if we can drop stuff that is less consequential and still make it down to the weight limit. We can just not carry around one of the weapons. I really want to sell all of these, though. Yeah, alright. I think it's probably just drop a weapon. This longsword, probably, of the weapons we're holding, probably has the worst value to weight ratio. And, you know, there's no reason we have to explore everything right now. I could, we could just go down until we find the place. Until we find, the Barathromite Enclave, and then... Ah, jeez. Oh, it's many enemies. Where is my, There he is. There's my Salt Hopper. Alright, I guess let's hack through all these Mirthworms, since it seems to be a very low threat way of gaining XP. Oh, is that a Slug Snout? Hey, Salt Hopper. I think you have a very important duty right now. And then... Oh, good news is, it's failing to penetrate my armor. I do have 11 AV already. I'm going to hit it with the Menacing Stare, I think. Okay, good, it worked. So we might not actually be in that much danger. My armor class, or my armor value, might be good enough that it doesn't really pose much of a threat to us. I'll just let my dudes work on it. I very nearly died there. Hit me for 3. What did I take so much damage from? I didn't even notice when the big chunk of damage happened. I assume it was the electrofuge, electro discharging me. You know what? Rest until healed. That took a few turns. Wow, it's not even... That wasn't even it. I'm still not healthy. It's just one of my dudes saw an enemy. Huh. Stairs leading up. These are not the stairs we used to get down here, are they? No, they totally are. Why did I think I was in a different room? I don't know. Because I get turned around really easily. Right, the Slumberling. Let's just continue leaving that the hell alone, shall we? Slumberling is real bad news. Maybe someday we'll come down here and make friends with it. Do we want to pick up any new stuff? Probably not. Sure are a lot of bodies with loot on them, though. Actually, do I have any... No, I don't have any food to preserve. Okay. So it looks like there might still be Mirthworms. Yeah. I was going to say these seem to be coming from this direction. We should clear out the infection as quickly as we can. Infection, infestation. I mean, if they're just going to keep walking over here and letting me kill them. It's 35 XP each. It's not not an irrelevant value, right? We are still actually leveling up here. Alright, are we pretty much clear? I think we are... Nope, still Mirthworms. Still Mirthworms everywhere. Bear jerky is free. The rest of the stuff in this chest is not even worth picking up. Alright, well, I would really like to get to the Barathromite Enclave here before we end the episode. No, it's cool. You guys don't have to go examine the Slumberling again. This is 3 strata deep. I think Was the Enclave on 4 before? The 4th level down? Oh, that's bad. I guess we can just stand and fight. I have laser charges left. We don't have to let him win. Okay, and our allies are actually gaining levels, it feels like. It would probably be helpful to have converted some people who like have hands and can use equipment. But levels are good too. Just raw stats. Raw stats are good. Okay, that's not my crab. That's just a random crab. He's coming at me with his ridiculous claw. I mean, I would like to not be getting meleeed by both the bear and the crab, if possible. I'm confident that my dudes can handle that bear. And I need them to be able to handle the bear because I am still out of charges. It takes a while for the lasers to come back. There we go. I'm actually surprisingly good at melee for a character with our stats. Let's let our dudes tank a little bit here. I really wish that everybody would stop electrocuting me. I find it very unpleasant. Alright, are we feeling pretty set here? Ow. My mind. Well, the crab killed it immediately. Just a little tiny bit later than I would have liked. Oh, I do not have any charges left. I do wish that there was a more obvious tracker for that stuff. Are you just covered in blood? Or no, you're actually pretty hurt. Alright, fall back. Let's take a moment and rest. Nope, apparently we're not going to be doing that. Now let's take a moment and rest. There we go. I'll try to tank a little bit. There he is. And there are a lot of novices. There's just a lot of general enemies here. Alright, trying to give my allies time to work. I do wish that that it was more obvious when you're asleep. Or asleep, sorry. I saw the word asleep and so I said it. I wish it was more obvious when you're covered in blood and when you're injured. It's too easy to make that mistake. So this albino ape is not actually hostile to me. It looks like he's going to lose the fight with that hermit. And we might be able to take his pelt. Not right now, obviously, because I'm very over carry limit, but eventually. Steel Vine Reaper. Yeah, there's a fair amount of loot here. Ooh, I do love a high explosive grenade. Let's grab that. I can drop a pound of something for this. I don't really have a lot of things that are all that heavy, though. Where is all of my weight? I guess this character just doesn't have that much strength. I can't carry nearly as much as I'm used to. Yeah, especially we're going to have to watch the amount of water we carry around. Well, don't really want to drop that. I'm going to drop this missile. We don't really need to be carrying around a missile. We'll come back for it later if we need it. Ooh, look at all this stuff. What is painted on this revolver? One starry evening, a babe was found swaddled with emeralds on its eyes by a group of robots in Kailuan. They took her into their fold and fostered her, and she became known as Mexershid IV, the jeweled progeny of robots. Okay, we just learned about Kailuan. So I don't think we actually want to take any of this stuff right now. Never mind what I just said. That was stupid. Disregard. I want to use this electro bow. We do have a couple of power cells. Obviously, well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and install the cell. Install this. It would be really cool if we could find a fidget cell or a, oh, right. I'm just going to drop this for right now, I guess. And if that's the case, then I do want to pick some of this stuff up. Everything but the musket, I think, is going to be worth selling. Yeah, I would really like to find a rechargeable power source for this bow. But an electro bow is too good of an item not to keep. Yep, I just shot the wall with my beam. There we go. Oh my god, so many mirthworms. They're everywhere, man. I mean, it's probably was just one worm at some point. Alright, one thing I really like about having a Salt Hopper is that he is actually fast enough to catch up with stuff as it tries to move away from you. And is this going to be? Yes, it is. Excellent. This is wonderful news. I love the fact that... I accept your quest. I love the fact that the Barathromite Enclave is right next to all of the heavy loot. So we can easily bring stuff back in here to trade. I have been tasked to travel to Golgotha. Bring salves or herberries, and mind your feet in the cloaca. Yep, that's real good advice, Maffeo. What wares do you sell? I would like to trade with you. I can't. Okay, we gotta go back up to the root menu here. Alright, what kind of cool stuff do you have? You have a painted nylon body pack. Oh, that's just the jeweled progeny of robot story again. We've seen that. How about this short sword? Deep in the wilds of Tuazova, Mexershid IV discovered a Tarkupad steeple. There she befriended hermits and dug into the earth's strata. That does not reveal to us the location of that. Oh, interesting. A pickaxe. I'm assuming it would let you dig through wall? It's awfully cheap, though, for a thing that could do that. I mean, it's maybe not. Crysteel Shardmail. Yo! 6 armor with only -3 dodge. That's compelling. I mean, there's no way we can afford it, and we certainly couldn't kill Maffeo and take it. These will be grenades, I assume. So honestly, Maffeo doesn't really have anything that I feel I want too badly. I wouldn't mind the floating glow sphere, but I'm certainly not going to pay that much for it. Do we want to sell this armor? I kind of want to... we might just, like, leave it outside, leave it in the chest outside. Because if we do pick up a fighter, like if we manage to proselytize like a person who can wear armor and stuff, it's pretty good armor. It might well dramatically extend their lifespan. You know what? This isn't a decision I have to make now. We'll just call it here for today. That is going to be it for us for right now, and thank you all so much for watching. I think MINDVINE has a bright future ahead as long as we don't do something horribly stupid and get murdered in Golgotha. Because, like, 11 armor value already. I think we're going to be pretty tough. We're going to get hit by a lot of things, but we're going to shrug most of them off. And that, I think, is hopefully a reasonable strategy. Come back next time tomorrow to see if we do the thing I just said, where we do something really stupid and get killed in Golgotha. And we'll see you then.